Bricks and Minifigs is your one-stop shop for all things LEGO. Hit the link below to find a store near you.
One of the most recognizable video game characters of all time comes to life in the newest LEGO Icon set, the Pac-Man Arcade. But what makes this set so unique as a LEGO model? Hey everyone, I'm Adam, aka Ant Bandit, and welcome back to another Beyond the Brick review, where today we're taking a look at a truly one-of-a-kind set. The Pac-Man Arcade has 2,651 pieces and releases on June 1st for LEGO VIPs, June 4th for everyone else, at the retail price of $270 US. This is the third retro gaming set that LEGO has released, following the NES and the Atari. And if you own either of those sets and you're a fan of classic video games like I am, you're going to absolutely enjoy this one. Besides that nostalgia factor, there are a ton of clever interactive features to enjoy here as well. As always, big thanks to LEGO for sending this over early for us to review, but all of the thoughts and opinions here are my own. Here's a quick look at the box. We've got some cool Pac-Man artwork on the side here, along with close-ups of all the major features on the backside. Inside, you'll find a single large instruction manual with the first few pages detailing the history of Pac-Man and the design of the LEGO set. One detail that I found really interesting was that the creator of Pac-Man actually referenced the shade of LEGO yellow when he was picking his color, which I didn't know about, and I just thought that was really cool. Now let's talk about the actual set, starting with one of my favorite things, this removable Pac-Man display. You get brick-built versions of Pac-Man and two of the ghosts. The red one is Blinky and the orange one is Clyde, all on a very nice black display stand that removes easily from the top of the arcade cabinet. On the front, you can see those brand new printed blue and black tiles for the Pac-Man level, along with printed 1x1 tiles for Pac-Man and all four of the ghosts chasing him. But the best thing about this display is the hidden play feature. Pushing this axle on the back makes them all spin around as a powered up Pac-Man now chases the ghosts. It may be simple, but this is such a satisfying mechanism to hold and play with. It's made with some gears and a rubber band on the underside that spins the characters back the other way. And I honestly could see this on my desk and me just picking it up and playing with it over and over and over again. We do get some new printed pieces with those 2x2 round tiles that make up those eyes of the ghosts, but the mouths on the blue side are made of stickers. Now let's talk about the actual arcade machine, because to me this thing is just really cool. We've never seen anything like this out of LEGO before, so it's a very unique looking model, and I think they did a fantastic job capturing the shape and details of an actual retro arcade machine. As for the scale, this is a very sizable display model, but you might be noticing that this is only the top half of what makes a true arcade cabinet. But to me, for practical display purposes, that makes total sense. You don't really need much beyond the screen, the logos, and the controls to really get a sense for what this is. I know you're probably wondering, can I play this LEGO Pac-Man set? And while that's not possible, I do really love all of the moving features and functions that you can interact with in this set. Rotating this crank on the right side of the arcade activates an internal mechanism that drives all of the characters on the front of the display and makes for a really fun effect. You have Pac-Man and all of the ghosts chasing each other around this maze collecting pellets. You also have this cherry here in the center rotating back and forth, and the orange ghost bouncing back and forth in that center section. Even though the characters continue moving in the same patterns over and over again, this ends up being extremely satisfying to watch with just how much is visually going on here. Here's what the main screen looks like removed from the arcade cabinet, and while it doesn't seem like it was designed with that in mind, it is fairly easy to remove it and put it back by just taking off a couple of pieces. But let me tell you that this is the most complex and challenging part of this entire model. There are tons of very precise building techniques used to make sure that this fits and it all functions as it needs to. I found myself double and triple checking all of my pieces to make sure they were in the right place. Thankfully, there are a ton of helpful diagrams in the instructions to help you out along the way. One of the most repetitive steps has you building 64 of these small assemblies to represent the pellets that you see throughout the level. Thankfully, it's all worth it because the end result looks incredible, and even the belt that drives the characters is extremely well hidden in the background. The top of the screen has a sticker tile showing the high score, and if you rotate the gear just to the right of that, you can actually change the visible score for the current game, which is a really cool detail. Just above the score, you can see 3 large printed slopes with that Pac-Man logo at the top of the arcade machine. And despite this being printed across 3 different parts, I think this looks really good. Speaking of those decorative elements, we do get several large stickers in this set. They get placed on either side of the machine and down on the control panel. Even though placing huge Lego stickers can be a pain, in this case I can understand why Lego wouldn't want to create some massive prints, especially with this being probably the only Lego Pac-Man set that we're ever going to get. There's no reason for the extra cost for pieces that are probably not going to get reused in any future sets. So for me personally, in this case, stickers, totally fine. Moving down to the control panel, there's two white start buttons on the right side. And while pressing the forward start button doesn't do anything, if you press the single player start, it illuminates a light brick inside the coin slot below. This looks super nostalgic and again, super satisfying to interact with. Of course, we have a movable joystick, and while it doesn't actually control anything, the rubber Technic pieces underneath it give it some really authentic feeling movement. Spinning the arcade around, you can easily pop off the back of the machine to reveal a hidden, smaller arcade with a minifigure playing a scaled down version of the same Pac-Man machine, which is absolutely a fantastic inclusion. This entire mini arcade can be removed and displayed on its own, or you can incorporate it into your own Lego city. The scaled down Pac-Man machine looks great, but it does use stickers for most of the details here. The gamer minifig that's included is exclusive to the set and comes with a really cool new torso print showing off Pac-Man and Pinky the Ghost underneath that red jacket. Overall, there are so many reasons to love this set. It's got some fantastic interactive features. I could see this being on display in someone's game room and maybe having people over and just having the fun of showing them how it moves and how it works and lights up. And then also it's just a great display piece that you can separate out. Maybe you don't have enough space for the entire arcade cabinet, but you could take the smaller section to work, maybe put it on your desk or a different shelf, or just even incorporate this into your Lego city somehow. There's just so many different options to display it however you like. But the one thing holding this set back from being truly incredible is that price. At $270, that is a tough pellet to swallow for even the most hardcore of Pac-Man fans out there. To me, the value here feels closer to $230. There's such high quantity of tiny pieces, and even with all of the new parts, all the new prints, that light brick, the minifig, all of that included, it's still a lot of money for everything you see here. One thing I would have liked to see is a slightly larger minifig scale arcade using the extra space in the back of the cabinet. We could have gotten 2 more minifigs and 2 more retro arcade machines, even from other Namco properties like Galaga, for example. Personally, this isn't a day one purchase for me at that price, but I'd recommend waiting for a sale or picking this up with double VIP points because it is a fantastic display piece, and if you're a fan of retro gaming, this set is absolutely for you. That's about it for this review. Once again, I'm Adam. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.